taking on a leadership role with his new team. Russ praised his big man, Anthony Davis, as the ultimate weapon. He also vowed to push AD every single night as he, Davis, and LeBron embark on a title run. So, Shannon, do you like that he said this?
I do. And I believe both guys will be good with this. AD has made it abundantly clear there are a lot of times, Skippy, in that championship run about how guys were in his ear saying, you're the best player. We need you to be the best player tonight. We need you to dominate on both ends of the court. Skip, when I look at Anthony Davis, he should not be any less than what Giannis Antetokounmpo is. Giannis can't shoot the ball like AD. He can't shoot from the mid-range. He can't shoot the three. He can't shoot the free throw. AD's post-up game is better than his. Giannis can drive the ball. I believe they're very comparable on the defensive end.
I'll buy that.
So the only difference is Giannis brings it every single night. And AD, I believe, sometimes takes nights off. He can't have that. It's time from AD. We would look at AD like AD's top five. 80 top five in talent or top five player. Because if he plays like his talent, there's no question in my mind he's a top five player. Because where do you get 6'10 and a half that can do everything he can do? Can handle the ball, shoot the three, mid-range game, put it on the floor, get to the rim, can protect the paint, can guard 1 through 5. He can do it all, but he needs to do it all on a nightly basis. And Russ says, that's my job now. I'm sure LeBron has always been in there to let him know who he is and what he is. But Russ says, it's my job on a nightly basis to push him and to make sure he understands what we expect, what we demand from him on both ends of the court. And I don't believe AD is going to have a problem with it because at the end of the day, great players want to be pushed. And Russ comes with credibility, Skip, no matter what analytics say about him. Players around the league hold Russell Westbrook in very high regard because he does have that MVP. Somebody thought Russell Westbrook that year was the most valuable player in an NBA season. He has that on his resume. He has all NBA selections. He has all-star selections on his resume. So he comes with credibility. He doesn't have a championship, but he has a body of work that ain't a whole lot of guys can say they've been MVP of the league, especially current players. There's only a handful of them. Kevin Durant, James Harden, Steph Curry, LeBron James, and Nikola Jokic, and Russell Westbrook. Those are the only ones that can say, you know what? I'm an MVP of this league. Russell has that. So I believe he'll be in AD's ear. When AD, no, AD, I need that. I need you to give me more than this. And I think it's going to work out just well. I expect us to see the best AD, the best version of Anthony Davis, which would be something around 27, 10 and a half, 11, with 2.5, 3 blocks a game. That's what I expect.
All that matters is what happens in June to your Los Angeles Lakers. And Shannon Sharp, I believe that this quote from Russell Westbrook in media session number 1 as training camp is opening is precisely why LeBron and Anthony Davis will not be able to win with Russell Westbrook. He didn't just tiptoe into his first media session. He kicked in the door because that's the way he plays basketball. I've told you before, I love to watch him, but in the end, he's an egomaniacal, delusional stat machine of a solo act who is more concerned with stats, as in triple doubles, than he is with winning. That's why he wears number 0 to me, because 0 stands for 0 rings.
Well, you're going to have one.
Okay, but he brings no ring cachet to this. If he had 4 or 5 rings and he walked in and said, hey, I'm going to call you out on a nightly basis, then I would stand up and applaud for that. But he is not the player. He is not as accomplished. He is not as decorated to me as Anthony Davis is, because Anthony did win a ring.
Yes.
Right? And he was the driving force of that ring. I could argue, even though LeBron did win the MVP, that the playoff MVP that year was Anthony Davis for the whole playoff run. You know I'm right about that, but that's okay. So remember what I told you. He's thinking, I'm the only one on this team who grew up in the Los Angeles area as a diehard Laker fan, right? Nobody else did that. And he believes it's now his turn and his time to take over the team that he grew up loving, to take the reins of the team as the starting point guard as LeBron is aging and moves over to the 2 or the 3 or wherever he's going to situate himself. So in press session number 1, I want you to understand that Russell Westbrook dared to call out Anthony Davis by saying, yeah, he's the ultimate weapon, but he's clearly suggesting he does not play hard. He does not lock in every single night. Well, you know that, and I know that.
Yes.
But can this man say that publicly and get away with it on the first session that he does?
And AD knows that. That's why AD says, I want to be pushed.
He did say yesterday, he said, I always like everybody to be in my ear on the team, but he did not specify, I love what Russ said. I believe Russ will start to get on his nerves because the inference here is you're calling that man out before you've played a single game that matters with him. You're also putting LeBron on notice because it's suggesting that LeBron wasn't the leader for AD that he needed to be last year or whatever year you want to pick.
AD was staying hurt. Skip, here's the thing. From a distance, Tom Brady hadn't played a game with Tampa, but he saw the talent. And he know what Mike Evans and Chris Godwin represented. So when he went there, he probably got on them and says, guys, we have a chance to do something really, really good here, but this is what I'm going to need. He's looking at Anthony Davis from a distance.
Okay, remember, that's 6 rings to 0 rings.
But here's
for
the
Russ.
thing, Skip. But I'm saying, how many rings did Chris Godwin and Mike Evans have?
Okay, but he can call anybody he wants to because he's got the cachet.
What do you call AD? The PER princess.
No, I don't call it princess.
Prince.
Yeah,
you call it PER Prince. But the thing is that, yes, those stats, but I need those on a nightly basis.
That's who he was in New Orleans.
And where was that getting him?
Okay. What did LeBron get him? He showed him how.
Yes.
That we'll go to the bubble and we'll stay together and we'll be the one team that stays unified and we're going to win your first ring.
Right.
And they pulled it off.
Yes. But
okay, well, don't discount LeBron's input into that.
Skip.
Did LeBron keep him locked in? Yes, he did.
Yes, but last year I think AD was hurt a lot. But even before AD got hurt, you can't sit here and say, no one can say AD was playing like, before he got hurt, like he did his first year. The numbers indicate that it wasn't even close. All his numbers were down like to his lowest he's ever had. 21 points, less than 8 rebounds, less than 2 blocks. That's not AD. Like I said, Giannis can't shoot the ball like AD. He can't handle the ball like AD. But I tell you what, Giannis brings it every single night. And that's what the Lakers are going to need from Anthony Davis. Every single night he touched the court, he needs to go out there and say, yeah, pencil me in for 28 and 10.
Okay. I would also like to hear AD say publicly about Russ, I'm going to stay on him to reduce his turnovers because he led the league in turnovers last year. He's led it 4 times. He's been second 4 times, and we can't live with that on this team.
But he's never once KD left, I mean, he's playing with Steven Adams. He's playing with guys that's not LeBron, that's not Anthony Davis. So James Harden is James Harden. Yes, he's played with great players. Played with KD, played with James Harden. PG, I wouldn't say PG is a KD, Harden, LeBron, AD, but he's a very good player. So for me, I'm not even worried about that. You just sit back. That's what you do. You just sit in the kitchen.
I'm going to be sitting up.
That's the way we just smell that wrong. But Granny in the kitchen cooking, I already know it's going to be good. She ain't even talking about what you're cooking.
I'm on the edge of my seat all year long.
Yeah, be there for that in June.
And I also am suspicious of Russell Westbrook in this regard.
Why?
He always needs an accomplice to get to the triple-double. He needs somebody he can count on to get his assist total to 10+. And the number one accomplice is not LeBron James. The guy who can help him the most is that guy, the ultimate weapon, Anthony Davis.
Right.
So he needs him to stay locked in because that's the stat machine that is Russell Westbrook.
Right.
Because he needed Steven Adams to stay locked in.
Right.
Because he realized about 5 years ago, if I get to the rim, which I can get, I'm as athletic as any point guard who ever played, and I play harder than anybody's ever played at the point guard position on the offensive end.
Right.
And if I get to the rim and I draw 2, I can just leave it on the floor for Steven Adams to dunk. If I can keep AD locked in and not just watching me do my whirling dervish act, that maybe he'll help me get my 10, 11, 12 assists.
Well, and he should, because if you look at Steven Adams getting the easy baskets, look at Clint Capella when he was in Houston getting easy baskets. So for me, I don't really think that's going to be a problem. I think Russ's scoring will probably be down, but his assist total should remain the same. I think his rebound rebounding will probably be down because now you got AD, you have DJ, you got Dwight Howard, you got LeBron, you got other guys that can rebound the basketball.
You left the 6'9" guy at the end of your list, right? LeBron.
No, I said LeBron.
Okay, I know,
Yeah.
but you listed him like 5th on the list.
No, but
right?
I'm saying you got.
He can rebound
right,
the basketball.
that's what I'm saying. But you got other guys as opposed in the other stops that he was at. When he's in OKC, who's getting rebounds if it wasn't Steven Adams? It was him. And when you go to Washington, they got really. So for me, I'm not concerned about it.